the 10 Commandments of Rebooting. So, if you've been trying to end your behavior with pornography for a while and you've heard of the porn reboot system, today I'm going to be sharing the principles of this system in commandment form. The 10 Commandments of Rebooting are, first of all, thou shalt define thy reboot. If you don't know exactly where you are headed, then any road is going to get you there. The truth at the end of the day is that we truly believe that you are the best expert at yourself. You decide what your life looks like after the process of rebooting, after the process of hitting the reset button on your values and your standards and your self-image. So what Porn Reboot does is that it will get you to the goal of rewiring your brain and controlling your behavior with pornography permanently. But ask yourself, what's the rest of your life actually going to look like? A lot of other recovery programs don't talk about that. They talk about recovery, recovering that which you lost to your behavior. But if you've been addicted for a decade, you can't go back to who you were a decade ago. I know what you're thinking. I feel so stuck. I have no idea what my life or my relationship or my business or my mindset would look like. And that's a mistake. You must create a vision, even if it seems absolutely unclear and more often than not unrealistic at first, because you don't know what life is like without this behavior. See, without this direction, you will get confused. You will get lost in the later stages of your reboot. And this is going to lead to a slip or regrettable decisions, which are influenced by inaccurate recovery information. The second commandment is, thou shalt view thy slips as data. Slips and relapses are not reasons to get upset. They're not reasons to beat yourself up emotionally. They are simply data points. I know in your 12-step group, it's a negative thing and you need to start from the beginning. That is silly. Get the data from it. What's the boundary I crossed? What's the self-care action that I did not implement? We have questions you ask yourself so that you get data and you learn from that data. Recovery, traditional recovery teaches you that the data doesn't matter. The data is just more proof that you are sinful. The data is more proof that you have a disease. The data is more proof that it just doesn't make sense. The third commandment is, thou shalt count wins, not days. You know, I hear people say things like 90 days porn free, or I am 30 days porn free. How many times have you counted days? Okay. Are you permanently free yet? Are you completely free of pornography because you got to 90 days free, or you got to 30 days free of pornography? I didn't think so. The days mean nothing, or rather counting the days means nothing. But the wins, though, the specific moments when you overcame an urge and you did not give in, those are actually what count. Why? Because in each of those moments, a neural pathway that typically led to pornography was not utilized. Every time that you didn't count a day, every day that you experienced a win, you did not use an old neural pathway. You reinforce the pathways that promote healthy coping mechanisms. So count the win in the moment, not a random 24-hour period. The fourth commandment is, thou shalt measure and place progress over perfection. A lot of high performers, a lot of high functioning addicts are often driven to perfection. Everything needs to be perfect in your business, in your work. And sometimes the root of that is shame and other issues. When you tell yourself things like, man, I slipped yet again, I did it again, God, right? Or, oh, I can't believe I woke up late. I was late to this again. I'm such a failure. I messed up. I'm so stupid. I forgot to set up my filter. I fucked up. Why can't I just do it right? How many years? Just stop doing that to yourself, right? You're human. You make mistakes. The entire rebooting process is imperfect. So just as a toddler learning to walk falls over again and again till they can walk upright and eventually run, so too will you slip and relapse your way to permanent freedom from pornography. I said it. You're going to slip and relapse your way to freedom. The fifth commandment is, thou shalt work with thy brain instead of against it. oh my God, the urge is so strong. I can't stop it. It's unbearable. I have to release. I have to. I can't stop it. I just can't seem to stop fantasizing. I sexualize everybody I see. Well, have you ever thought of just not fighting it? Oh, well, does that mean that I'm going to give into it? No, it doesn't mean you're going to give into it. It simply means stop fighting. Stop fighting doesn't mean surrender. Pull out a pen and paper. Accept the fantasy. Observe the fantasy and the urge. Begin to do what we call a dialogue with that part of yourself. Like, yes, it's very strong. It feels powerful. But you can also ask yourself, well, why does this urge feel so strong? Right? Why is this specific fantasy so persistent? You can also ask yourself, is masturbating truly the only thing which can stop this urge? Is it the only option? Don't fight the urge. Take the time to understand it. This is what it means to actually work with your brain instead of against it. You're always going to lose the battle when you fight against your brain. You're fighting against an enemy that is as cunning, as smart, as brilliant as you are, because it is you. So how do you win against it? You win by working with it. The sixth commandment is, thou shalt stay accountable. Accountability gives you visibility. It gives you clarity. It gives you encouragement, and it gives you focus. I want you to pay attention to this. What's visibility with accountability? Well, others see you. There's no more hiding, okay? And the clarity is that others can call you out and point out your rationalizations, your bullshit, your lies, your justification. The encouragement is others encourage your wins. They're like, you did good. Thank you for acknowledging their rationalization. And due to the visibility, the clarity, and the encouragement, you now have focus. You now have the desire, the will, and the confidence to focus on the right aspects of your reboot. And that, in a nutshell, is how the process of accountability works. The seventh commandment is, thou shalt become the best expert of thyself and not a spectator of the reboot of others. If you watch these videos, if you listen to my podcast, if you receive my newsletter, but you never use those tools on a daily basis, then you are simply a spectator in the lives of others. You're just watching other people do things. Porn Reboot's goal is to make you an expert at yourself. I'll say it again. You are the best expert at you, not me. Experts are individuals who have comprehensive and authoritative knowledge on skills or a subject matter. In this case, the subject matter is you and your relationship to your sexual behavior. So what does that mean? It means I don't expect you to be in our program forever. I expect you to come in, learn how to be an expert, and then leave. Okay? The eighth commandment is, thou shalt always have a morning routine. Listen, you're a busy, high-performing professional. And the truth is that you might be used to getting up in the morning and just going, but pornography can creep into your life at any time of the day and ambush you. In fact, it often does. Like a ship in a storm, you have to anchor yourself to prevent yourself from capsizing. Your morning routine, simply put, is your anchor. It prepares you for anything that could happen in the day. The ninth commandment is, thou shalt remember that thy future is greater than thine own past. Stop telling yourself the same story. Oh, I've struggled with this for 20 years. I've tried many times. I've worked with therapists. I've done plant medicine. I've prayed. I was saved once. I've done this. I've tried to stop since I was like 17. I've never gone more than like a week or X number of days without a slip. Listen, that is your past. It is gone. It is over. You have 20, 30, 40, some of you 60 or 70 years in front of you. That's what you can change, not the past. If the past was a predictor of the future, well, we'd still be living like savages. Man naturally dreams of a better future, and then he goes out there to create it. What kind of man are you? I want you to start dreaming of your future and create it. And the 10th commandment is, thou shalt not rely upon willpower, but place thy faith in self-awareness, in tools, and in coping strategies. The question I have for you at this point is, when are you going to learn? Willpower is not infinite. It is finite. And if it were, you'd never slip or relapse. The truth is, when it comes to your compulsive behavior, willpower simply does not work. What actually works is systems. Self-awareness stops the addict from taking over when you're triggered by stress, by strong emotions, by loneliness, by tiredness, or by your past trauma. And what the tools do is the tools interrupt your strong urges, your intrusive thoughts, and your negative self-talk. And the coping strategies, they produce reliable and predictable results. So when you use tools like our withdrawal eliminator method, you exit your withdrawals quicker and with so much more awareness. When you use tools like the relapse prevention checklist, you prevent an impending relapse with great self-awareness. You exit a current relapse, or you learn how to perform what we call an autopsy of a recent relapse to prevent it from repeating itself. And those are the 10 commandments of rebooting. If you'd like a copy of that, all you need to do is comment 10 commandments at the bottom of this video, and I'll send you a copy.